But you were growing up more in the religious country, right?
Exactly. So what happened to me was a rebellion against religion. I grew up in Malaysia, and I've now left Malaysia. I now live in Estonia. I was married to an Estonian, and with my former Estonian wife, we have two amazing Estonian kids. I'm currently learning Estonian. My children speak fluent Estonian, and this is my home. I'm hoping to learn the language enough to get citizenship within the next 2 years, but I identify with Estonia because I became an atheist, a spiritual atheist. But to me, it happened because of the religion pounding me and brainwashing me and giving me really outdated, bad ideas of the world. So I grew up in Malaysia where the national religion is Islam. And Malaysia already lives under two laws. There's Islamic law for the native people who are Malay, and then the people who were brought to Malaysia by the British. These include Chinese migrants, Indian migrants, people from Europe. They live under British common law. So I live under British common law. But already I can see one really weird effect of the dogma. The country is divided into two. And many people who are non-Muslim do not feel Malaysian because the national religion is Islam. Because if you're not a Muslim, you're a second-class citizen in some ways. And so already in Malaysia, the country over the last 20 years was seeing so many people leave and leave. They would move to Hong Kong, to Canada, to the United States. So many people I went to school with are no longer in Malaysia. They've immigrated because if you are not the right religion, you are second class. Now, combined with that, I grew up in a Hindu family. And growing up in a Hindu family, back in the 70s and 80s, again, tons of dogma. You were told that sex before marriage was considered bad. You were told that you had to be vegetarian on certain days. You were told that you were made to believe that anything bad you did would come back to you and hurt you as karma. I remember being in temples, not understanding what the priest was saying, but having to sit there with my family, bored out of my mind. And then in these temples, the men and women were divided, the women on one aisle and the men on one aisle, which again is, to me, doesn't make any sense. I wanted to play with my cousins who were girls. I couldn't because we were in different aisles. Growing up with all of that, I started to question. My parents were very open-minded. And one day, what happened was McDonald's opened in the city. And I heard rumors of this invention called the beef burger. And the McDonald's beef burger was supposed to be the greatest thing that a human being could taste. Now, of course, don't get me wrong. This was like 1987. Right now, I would not feed McDonald's to my dog, right? But, sorry, that sounded bad to dogs. I would not feed McDonald's to any human. But back then, in Malaysia, it was exciting when the first McDonald's opened. And so I asked my mom, why can't I eat a beef burger? And my mom said, because we're Hindu and we cannot eat beef. And I said, well, why can't we eat beef? And my mom said, I don't know. You figure it out. Go do the research. So I went through some encyclopedias. I started understanding about the history of India, about the history of the religion. And eventually I came to my mom. I think I was maybe 8 or 9, and I had a theory. And I said, well, look, I think we're not allowed to eat beef because cows could be useful, right? We could use them for milk. We could, in houses in the villages thousands of years ago, the body of the cow could generate warmth. The cow would eat grass so it wouldn't grow very long. And so cows were useful, and maybe that's why they didn't eat cows. But given today, in our house, we don't have a cow. We have a dog and a cat. I think it's okay for me to eat beef. And so my mom said, bravo, congratulations, you made your own decision. Go for it. And so I started eating beef. Because of that freedom my parents gave me to question the dogma, I started questioning everything. And when I was 19, I told my dad, I'm no longer a Hindu. It makes no sense for me to associate with any one religion. All religions have stuff that's special, and all religions have stuff that's bullshit. I want to tear apart the bullshit. I want to take what I like, and I want to live life based on my own spiritual principles. And that's what started my journey.